Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chad here with Team Fanta Kings 34, here to bring you guys an updated Blue Eyes White Dragon deck profile. Um, as we all know, the 18 February 5th ban list takes place on Monday. So I went ahead and I reconstructed Blue Eyes, taking out the Maxi and the Gofu and adding a couple other cards that I've seen in other videos that people are having success with, and implemented them into this one. I took it to locals and I just messed around with a friend of mine, and I actually did really well against his meta build, his meta version, not meta version, but his Metal Foe ABC. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. I'll start with the main. It's basically a pure build for the most part. Just added a few more hand traps to make it somewhat meta relevant. First is your Manila Blue Eyes White Dragon. Can't run the deck without it. Next is your triple Blue Eyes White alternative, Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. In order to get this, reveal this from hand. Effect when it gets to the field. You can activate it, you don't have to. Destroy a monster on the field, but it cannot conduct a battle phase. But most of the time, you're going to go do a rank 8 anyway, or a Spirit. And then next is the Dragon Spirit of White, 2 of. If you don't have very much back row, get rid of stuff with back row. I'm sorry, I don't know why I was stuttering. So you play this. Side Twin Twisters, I needed to make room for other stuff that's more relevant. This card, it could tag itself up for a Manila Blue Eyes if you have one in the hand. And then what you do is you'll tag this out, have a set, Silver's Cry, tag out Blue Eyes, Silver's Cry, and then get rid of a back row. So that's a cool little play there. I did it a few times today. I got rid of against my friend, I got rid of his scales, etc. Next is Triple Sage. Can't run the deck without this. Probably the best card in the deck. Searches your level 1 tuners, searches your stones, and it searches your effect dealer. Cannot search a copy of itself, which is okay. If you open up with this and a stone in hand, you're going to automatically have a first turn Blue Eyes and have an end phase either Spirit or Blue Eyes, depending on if you're going to get Ash Blossoms or not. So what you'll do is you'll get rid of a monster on the field, send this from hand, and then you'll special summon a Blue Eyes or Spirit from the deck, and continue from there. So Sage is really good. It gets you free Blue Eyes, and like I said, it also is your search card. Next is triple the Whitestone Ancients. This card, it's in the graveyard. Doesn't matter. You can have all 3 of them in the graveyard. You can special summon that many Blue Eyes. So if you have 3, you can go Blue Eyes, Spirit. But the only thing that you have to watch out for is its once per turn effect, which is a hard once per turn, is when you banish this card from the graveyard to add a Blue Eyes to your hand to either, make your alternative live or make your trade-ins live. So that's one thing you got to kind of watch out for. And then your last one is your last stone, the OG, the Whitestone of Legend. Consistency reasons lets you have Blue Eyes if you don't have a like Melody and you have an alternative in hand. Also makes your Spirit. And then your one of also is your effect feeler, which you can search off Sage. Hand traps. I feel this is basically a standard now in most meta relevant decks. Ash Blossom, Joy Spring. Not much more need to say about Ash. I saw this in another video. I really liked it. It worked out for me one time against him as the triple Gamma and then the one driver, because you can make Omega either off of this or you can make it off of your Spirit by tagging out, make Moonlight or Michael, banish, pay 1,000 to banish something, or just send stuff back to the extra deck or back to the hand. So I felt it was a good addition. I liked it. Whenever your opponent tries to Ash Blossom if you don't have any monsters, because most of the time you're going to want to go first, and then if you don't have like return, your board's basically going to get crushed anyway. So the more hand traps, the better. Revival spells now, or I guess we can say standards. Return, Melody, and the triple trade-in, the Revival, the Searcher, the Drawer. That's basically how it is. It's a standard in any Blue Eyes build. If you're not running those, you're stupid. More Revival, because the deck really needs it. Silver's Cry, 2 of, in my opinion, for this build, or this variant, 2 of definitely. And then the double Cards of Consonance, because you do have 4 targets. It's good. Drawing 2 is really good, and getting your stones into the graves even better because that allows you to make more plays. Um, More draw power. The Double Desire. You love-hate relationship with this card. And then now we'll get to the one-ofs. Soul Charge. The one Monster Reborn, which is off the list. Foolish Burial. One Dragon Shrine, and then Raigeki. I decided to go this route because this is once per turn, and this is already a one-of anyway. So if you open up with both of these in hand, you're pretty much going to be in a good position because you're going to be dumping your spirit and your stones, and then you're going to be dumping also another stone or another spirit if you like have a Silver's Cry in hand or something. And you have plenty of revival in this deck. There's like, well, you got Monster Reborn, the two Silver's Cry, the Soul. So you got like 8 Reborn cards out of all of this, and they're all really freaking good. It's a 42 card main deck. I'd like to try to cut it to 40, but the way things are going right now, this is definitely 42 is okay. We're getting to the extra deck now. Extra deck is very standard, other than the addition of the Omega. So the one Michael, the one Ancient Fairy Dragon, the one Moonlight, and then we have the Omega, which you can make off Gamma, or you can make off any one of these with a stone. And if you didn't know, which most people already do know, when this card, he Synchro Summon, and it's like you banish a card on your opponent's turn. He, leaves the field, it comes back and go to any one of these monster zones. He doesn't have to go back. So then you're going to open up another spot for like a Dark Matter or Cypher Blade or something like that. And then Dankwing. Dankwing is pretty much a standard. You can't make this without Spirit. So I run 2 of those spirits. Double Azure. Azure is really, really clutch. You can tag Spirit out for this, and this gains protection also for basically a turn and a half. It's on your opponent's end phase is when its effect wears off. And every standby phase, you special summon a normal Blue Eyes monster from the graveyard. So you can keep using your spirits and getting rid of problematic back row. And then last, probably your best card for the Synchros, other than Crystal Wing, is Spirit. It has graveyard negation. Neither player can, in the same chain, I think that's correct, special summon more than 2 monsters. So it's really good, and it tags itself out, and you can make any one of these 3 or Azure off of it. So that's basically a very basic Blue Eyes Synchro part of the extra deck. I've seen people run Cloud Castle and bring back their spirit so they can make calamities. I don't like doing that. That takes a little bit more resources than making a Crystal Wing, because Crystal Wing is better. It's just my personal preference. Crystal Wing, in my opinion, is better. Rank 8, the one Heliopolis, the Titanic, the Cypher, the Photon, the Cypher Blade. Pissed this is getting a reprint. Paid $15 goddamn for that. And then the one Dark Matter, which gets your targets into the graveyard. One thing you can do is you don't have to run this. You can put whatever you want in place of that, but I just do it anyway, just because I have the space. One thing you can do, if you don't already know this, is when you make Cypher Dragon, and then you go into Blade, you detach for Blade's cost to destroy a card, and when Blade gets destroyed, this card gets special summoned back, and then you can go ahead and you can make your Dark Matter that way without having to use any more resources. So basically, you don't even need to run the Prime Photon Dragon, because you can make this anyway. But 9 times out of 10, I feel people are going to go into this first because they want to get their targets into the graveyard as soon as possible. But that's just a cool little tech if you guys didn't already know that. That Cypher Blade has. Side deck. Side deck is pretty much similar to every other side deck that I've had. I don't have very many options, not evenly matched or anything. There's just a couple different cards that I threw in here compared to previous deck profiles. Double Danko, that's basically a must-have right now in my opinion. The double Droll, double Ghost Ogre, triple Magical Spring. Magical Spring's really good. Draw power is you need a lot of draw power. However many spell cards you control, you get rid of that many for how many you draw. Basically, so you draw, and then however many spell cards you have, you discard. So you're drawing into stones and you're drawing into dragons. It's really good. That just means that you're just getting all your targets filling up your graveyard hell of a lot faster than you normally would. Double Twin Twister. Normally people main it. I don't have room. Add in the gammas and the drivers, so I went ahead and sided it. Most of the time I'm going to get rid of a gamma anyway. If I'm going second, to add this card in the springs. The D barrier for pendulums, pretty much, ABC. And then the anti-spell fragrance for the pendulums also. That's my deck profile. Pretty standard blue eyes. Tell me what you guys think. Drop a like, drop whatever. Like I say, every time anything is accepted. I love feedback. I'm a fan of constructive criticism. Build it, don't break it. Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, leave a like, leave a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to stream some more deck profiles for you guys. Other than that, I'm signing out, guys. Thank you.